When I went to Istanbul and I had my hair transplantation done, I was very excited, very positive, a lot of positive energy. And I was very excited because I was started to visualize myself with the hair, right? So it was very positive. And when I went to Istanbul, I think it was the first time I've been in Istanbul in my life. So I was seeing around everything. I was very attentive to every detail. You know, I would just, you know, when people visit a new country or a new city, right? A different culture and different places. So I was very curious, like a kid, you know. I was very curious looking around everything, every day. Plus I was very excited, you know, because I was going to undertake my hair transplantation. So when I moved there, I started to see thousands of people, but literally thousands of people in the few days I've been there, that they had the same procedure, and everyone was positive, was happy, right? I haven't seen sad faces on people that they just had a hair transplantation. They were walking around the city, you know, with a bandage, and everyone was happy. So I said, fuck, I'm happy too, no? I'm happy, and I've seen there was a big business. What I've noticed the most, at the time I was an estate agent. I was working for one of the biggest estate agents in Europe. So I really understood how a strong multinational business can be structured. Yeah? What kind of customer service you need to provide to your clients, how to manage clients, how to manage complaints, and the service in general, right? I went from hospitality, working for a high-end restaurant, to an estate agent, high-end estate agency. So I understood a lot about that, and I noticed that in Istanbul, I visited a few clinics before I undertake my surgery. I noticed that that was completely missing. They had a great service, probably the biggest in the world, the hair transplantation in Istanbul. Great service, but all around that was poor, was lacking customer service. So I've noticed that there was a lot of space for improvement, okay? So what I did after that, when I came back in the city, I remember I went to Naples, and I went in a couple of more countries because it was summertime, it was in July. So I had a couple of holidays, but when I came back to London, I strongly understood that that was my path, and that was something that I had to initiate. So what I did, after a couple of months, I went back to Istanbul. Before I opened the first office in London in September, I went back to Istanbul, and I was pretending to be an unhappy patient who just had a surgery and looking for another clinic to have another procedure done after 10 months. Yeah? So I went around and I visited a lot of clinics. Yeah, a lot. Yeah, nearly 100 clinics. For 3 weeks I was in Istanbul. And I noticed the same thing over and over and over and over again. They were not even capable properly to do a consultation and to make clients, patients, feel in a certain way, right? There was no structure in the business. And I said, okay, there we go, there is space here. I know exactly how to structure a business, how to deliver an outstanding customer service. I know exactly how to do it. And plus I'm helping people changing their life and gaining their confidence back. So for me it was a win-win, and I was very excited about this. And that's when I decided to open the first company and the first office in London in 2017. And then we built up, slowly we built up until the company we are today. Doesn't matter how busy is the market, you always have space to enter and be successful and run competitors, run competitions, and take all the clinics out of business. I believe that today's as BlueMagic Group International, we took a lot of clinics out of businesses. And there is always a chance, 100%. I never felt a second, wait a moment, I'm gonna be the first Italian owner for Napoli owning a clinic in Istanbul and running a clinic with patients coming from all around the world. I never felt for a second that wasn't going to be possible. And this is what separates successful people from not successful people, is believing consistently that what you have in mind sooner or later is going to happen. Yeah. What differentiates myself with other people that they don't make it are that I always believed that what I was going to do very soon was going to be successful, right? So when I opened the first company, the first office in London, it was a very cheap and low price office. It was in a co-working space, and I remember at the time that My vision was I want to have hundreds of patients on a monthly basis. We want to have international offices. I want to have one of the best clinics that you can possibly have in Istanbul. And I want to achieve this and that, right? So I always believe, since the first day I literally just opened a company with 50 pounds that anyone can do it online. I was believing all of these things, right? And honestly, I was visualizing. I had them in my mind. I had them printed in my fucking mind, and they were there, right? So for me, it was just following a direction. They were giving, these big dreams were giving me a direction. And this is what I suggest always to people all the time is, don't dream small, dream big. Dream big, because that's the only way that you have to start having a path and start having a direction. The biggest those goals are, the more success you can have, the more things you can achieve. I'm currently, I don't recall another Italian guy from Naples owning a clinic in Istanbul. I don't think there is any. So that makes me happy in a way, of course.